Welcome to another trade performance review. This is August 12th of 2025 and I'm just jumping right into it. We can see all of our trades here on our spreadsheet. This is the same spreadsheet I'm using for all the trades I share live for paid subscribers. We have a long running here, I can see. So if we start out today, we can see that we have an oil trade shared here. I think this one became a stop loss, and you can go and find this in the Substack chat as well. We can see that we went to oil short term here, and today we shared some of these oil trades. One in the morning and then later on at 6 p.m. This one was a profit. And I have a live pound trade open. Not sure why this guy is up here. Okay, there we go, approximately. So we shared two trades on oil apparently. So this one was the first trade, I think. This was the first trade here. This was the second trade. We can see that the TradingView links, they are matching, and we took -8 in the morning there. Then we had a long on Nasdaq, which were shared in our Nasdaq spreadsheet here, and that was right after CPI. I already warned that this was gonna be bullish before CPI released. And we had 833, so that would be 233 today, so 232 here. We can see that we have a matching TradingView link up here with the TradingView link that was shared here. So that's very, very nice indeed. And we move on. We took some longs on that, and we had a break even for the rest of the trades. Because we can see that I said stops were moved to break even. I also took a long on FDAX. This trade was specifically an answer to the Nasdaq trade, and I said moved stops to break even, and this is why you see the 001 series. That's where I always put the break even trade, always at 001. Yes, it inflates the win rate, but we don't care about that. So FDAX, we shared along here, and we had the down move and then up move, and I think this trade is obviously still running. We can go and check the chart. I also just shared this British pound trade live here. This is a live chart, it's open. You can see the market is open up here. Everything's live, nice and live. And that same trade that I had shared, we almost got stopped out, but luckily, very lucky, we look pretty good. I think that the German stock market here is gonna make a Bitcoin like a very nice and sharp up move here. I also shared a little bit of a longer term investment here with a bit longer targets. We can see that I shared those here. Let's go find them. So I have a few investments running here. So keep in mind, when I do long-term and short-term trades, so scalps and day trades and swing trades, I do 0.1 risk per trade. Don't pay attention to these graphs and equity curves here. I'm not using them for the spreadsheet that I'm using for the just the tracking purposes for paid subscribers, but on the other block the equity curves will be real. I have 0.5 risk per trade here. I think it's here. Percent risk per trade 0.05. So that's Google spreadsheet terms for 0.5% risk per trade. And this is just to accommodate the fact that we have a lower trade frequency here, and that the trades take a bit longer to transpire. I have some bacon trades here, lean hogs. FDAX trade down here. I'm not sure that's the one, but it might be. I think from what I just saw over here, we have an FDAX trade at E. Oh, this is the investment trade that I shared. You can see that it's perfectly overlapping at the time and the timestamp up here. So that's the investment trade. And then of course I had the FDAX trade running with the 7YA, which is right here, 7YA. You can see that the trading view link matches and the timestamp as well. Perfect, perfect. And this was the NASDAQ trade here. Then I had another trade performed here. This was an ES. I'm sure we will find that one soon as well. Yeah, so I had a Forex trade. We had a Euro trade here. This is on the short term. I'm not going to go through the long-term trades. Today I made 34 R on the scalps, and I made minus 2.7 on longer-term trades. Keep in mind, though, that I'm still holding some trades that are currently in profit, but it is what it is. In terms of what's been closed today, I made 34 on that one. So what was this? This was a nice little long here. I think I stopped this one out after I trailed it to break even. Obviously, you can see this trade would have been very nice today. Oh, I moved something by mistake. You can see that trade would have been looking quite nice today. Not that it's anything particularly amazing, but I think the dollar is collapsing here a little bit more. I'm not necessarily thinking, you know, the dollar is going to zero and all of this stuff, but I think the dollar is definitely coming down. So, yeah, that was the Euro trade. Then I had a stop loss on my second entry because I took that initial trade, which you can see, this one here. That's the one that went -0. So the entry that's at 16294. So there's a line down here, and you can see the trade moving here. Then after I moved that trade to break even, I thought this was enough retracement for continuation higher. Turns out not quite, but it's okay. We got a re-entry here, which we can see in our short-term consideration here. What I'm looking for, PMU. Where's PMU? Not that one. But this is strange. Where is it? Is it not this one? Not that one. Not that one. Maybe I... Is it this one? I think it's this one. It's different trading view screenshot. Let's see how they match. What? So let's see if I made a mistake here. I hope I didn't. What time was this? This was 4:23 my time, European time. This was before, so we have to go up. That was after, okay. Is it this one? No, it's not. What happened here? I had the long here at 318. So I need 3... What? I might have scammed here. 312. 6M. 1544. You see here? Here it is. Okay. I just forgot to add it to the short-term trades. Apparently I added it on the long-term trades. Do we have the same one? So PMU, and we have PMU here on... I was sure that I posted it. I was so sure. What was it? Here, PMU. Okay, at 345. Perfect. So see if we can find the same one on long-term tracker here. Maybe, I don't think it's a long-term trade though, so that's something I'm a little bit... See, it's not on the... So I made a mistake. It posted in the long-term trade call, but I think this is still enough to keep it for tracking. You know, it was there. So you guys have to know that I make a mistake sometimes when I post trades, right? I mean, obviously I do everything manually here, but it is what it is for now. Maybe one day we'll figure out a different solution. So I had some update screenshots here. We have another a short-term ES trade for PC8U. Should be easier to find this one. PC8U here, shared at 412. And we can see that this trade was here, nice and shining here from the chat. We have PC8U here shared, nice and live. And obviously you can see that the rest is history on equities here. Now, I think actually we hit the last take profit on that one, just barely. I took 3.81, now 4.24, which means we actually have to do like this, 4.24 for the short-term scalp there. I don't think we took it on the longer-term trade. It is what it is. But we completed the last trade. This was just an update that I took. This was a trailing stop loss. And then I think this one I posted specifically for this row here because I exited a trade right there. And then later on we traded to the last target. So pretty much caught the high of the day on that last 4.24. I think at least these two were a bit too early. But I wanted to lock some profits in case we had a reversal for the day. But yeah, you can go through my notes, which is why that I went through everything. So then we had this little long here on Euro, which is very nice. NMXPC. This one was actually the one that made it very profitable today. So here it is. We posted it at 425. So this is a nice trade to go and zoom in because it was so quick when I posted the trade and when it moved. So I got in right here, 4.25. Wait, hold on.
Check 15
am I wrong
charts.
here?
Check 15-minute charts.
It was after. Never mind. This trade we already accounted for. So 4.25 was right there. You can see it came down and whoopie doopie doopie. And I think even on this one, I caught the high of the day for the last take profit, which was 1.16868. 1.16868. It's a little bit off the high of the day, just about 10 pips or so. 9 pips maybe, but pretty good. So we got like 20R from that trade alone. That actually brings us to 38 risk rewards today. We have an oil trade that I shared at 6 p.m. We got some profits on that, as you can see. I'm not going to go through the chat. I think you guys know the drill. I'm just sharing the trades here. You can see the... let's just go to the chat. We went through so many trades, but you can see it's right here. Oil was trailed. 6 p.m. I took the trade. You can see it's the same trade here. Hello. Okay, there we go. We took the trade right there at the top, and it since moved lower, right? So there you go, right at the top, right to the tick entry, and we got to 1.0. I'm doing something. I don't know what it. Okay, 1.29, and we still have the trade holding here. I think it could just trade lower, and I had since moved the stop loss here. I think overnight it should just hit the target or at least come back up to the red line. Doesn't really matter. So that trade is still open. We have pound fresh trade that I just posted here, and you can see that one is live here as well. So nice little video here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my work. I post a lot of trades for free. Not everything is paid. Many times I even give second entries if you missed the first one. So first one I might give an entry for paid subscribers, and then second entry will be for all free followers, at least for now. I'm kind of running a campaign to come to 100 paid subscribers as fast as possible. You know, I want to grow my audience and get a little bit of community going. So I hope you guys enjoy the work I do, and I'll make one of these sometime next week probably. Cheers. Do 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 do.